Tonight, from London, Davina McCall, a comedy roast. Please welcome the host of tonight's show, Mr. Jimmy Carr.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the roast of Davina McCall. A much-loved TV presenter who's been on our screens for the last 18 years. She's hosted Big Brother, the BAFTAs, Got to Dance, £1 Million Drop, Comic Relief, and more importantly, she sold millions of fitness DVDs and packets of hair dye. So, what is a roast? Well, it's a celebration of someone's career in which a bunch of incredibly talented comedians and Patrick Kielty take turns to poke fun at our special guest. A roast is sort of like a best man speech at a gypsy wedding. It's how This Is Your Life would be if there was a question mark and it was, this is your life? As host of Big Brother, Davina spent 10 years listening to a bunch of talentless wannabes trying desperately to further their own pathetic careers, which should have prepared her aptly for this evening. Now, I think it's only fitting that before Davina comes out here, I annoyingly screech, let's have a look at her best bits!
This is Davina. Please do not swear. This is Prickly Heat. Street mate. Still trying to find God gift. Big Brother! Well, what a show we're having! Beyond happy. You're all invited! Alright, who wants to kiss Nick? Kiss him! He kissed you!
If there's one word I will not tolerate on this show, it's moist. Did I say that wrong? Maybe that came out wrong.
Big Brother is always here, Davina.
Aw, I've always wanted you to say that to me.
Please welcome a woman who's shut more people out of their houses than the credit crunch, the star of tonight's show, Davina McCall. You okay?
Yes, I'm good.
A little bit nervous?
Nearly had a little cry backstage. That's amazing. I feel like I'm retiring. That was amazing. That sort of best bits. I was like, oh, I'm leaving show business, but I'm not.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm joined tonight by a host of celebrities to be part of Davina's roast. We've got Patrick Kielty. Patrick Kielty, everyone. Patrick is from Northern Ireland, so you don't book him for a show. His management just phone ahead with a warning. We wanted Mo, the bartender from The Simpsons, but he's a cartoon character, so instead, we got Rich Hall. We've got Brian Dowling. Brian Dowling's here. As talented as he is heterosexual. Jack Whitehall's here. Davina's old enough to be Jack's mum, but not nearly posh enough. Ed Byrne's here. Ed Byrne, everyone. Ed Byrne, one of the most likeable, warm, quick-witted stand-ups around. His big break came in... Hang in there, Ed. When it comes to radio, there's no one bigger than Chris Moyles. Chris Moyles, everyone. Recently, the BBC didn't pay Chris for 2 months, which is not only incredibly disrespectful and unprofessional, it also means his local Greggs went out of business. There are roasters. Give them all a round of applause. Let's get one thing straight. We all love Davina. Everyone loves Davina, right? Yes? No one wants to see her embarrassed and humiliated on television. That's why they cancelled her chat show. Davina McCall is your classic MILF. The wrong side of 40, but you definitely would.
Yes! Well, that's good, isn't it?
Good.
Good.
You are the thinking man's crush if the man is thinking, that'll do. Davina says she loves Big Brother because she's incredibly nosy. I wouldn't say incredibly nosy, but it is big. Big Brother was like an evil experiment into the limits of human endurance. It was the only place with a diary room more tragic than Anne Frank's. Now, if you take a look at our big screen, you'll see some extra special guests here to perform the big finale tonight. They're the former Big Brother housemates. Give them a round of applause. Oh, look at them up there. It's like a who's who of who's that. Let's talk to Brian. Brian, you all right, Brian? Hi,
Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, the second most successful Brian from Big Brother. Oh, you got to sit with the grown-ups tonight, didn't you? It's thrilling. Our first roaster has been described as the saviour of Radio 1 and a broadcasting legend. When we asked Chris Moyles to say a few words about Davina, he jumped at the chance. Well, I say jumped, he breaks a sweat nodding. He doesn't look like a man who's ever turned down a roast. Please give it up for Mr. Chris Moyles.
Thank you very much, Jimmy Carr, ladies and gentlemen. The third funniest car in Britain after Alan and the smart car. Although Jimmy is very similar to the smart car, from what I hear, it's a comfortable ride, but you want one of your mates to see you in it. So... But the reason we're here is to celebrate the amazing and lovely Miss Davina McCall. Millions of people know you just by your first name, which is very similar to Brian Dowling. That word is generally who?
Oh.
I know, I'm really getting it. It's your fucking roast, not mine. Let's just swap seats.
We're very lucky to have her here tonight, actually, because there was a good chance that she wasn't going to be available this evening. She was planning on flying to Chile. She'd heard there was a big eviction going on. Chile miners, this is Davina. You are live on Channel 4, one at a time in them pods, please, they're very small. After the last miner was released, she told me she was going to stick Brian Dowling back down there to take part in Ultimate Trap Miner. I don't have any more.
Are you sure?
I have one more.
Oh, go. That's just you. What about the rest of them?
Just you, Brian.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been the first shaft Brian had been down. And that's it. I'm done, I swear.
Right, I'll be honest with you, if you do walk off, it's not the end of the show. Too harsh? I'm sorry.
It's fine. Big Brother, as we all know, has played an important part in Davina's life. Sadly, though, in her younger days, so too did drink. When Davina was only 19 years of age, she dated and slept with Eric Clapton.
That's not entirely true. 20. 4.
Yeah.
3.
Either way, Davina, I like a fucking drink, but I've never been that shit-faced. I've wanted to fuck the fella who sings Layla. Davina, you've come a long way from God's gift, Big Brother. You are, Davina, in my opinion, the best female presenter on television that we've ever had. You have an amazing career. You have a beautiful partner with Matthew. You have 3 gorgeous children. You have a big house in the countryside. And, of course, the entire Eric Clapton back catalogue on CD, which you got for free. So, I love you very much. Have a nice night.
Love you too.
Chris Moyles there, who sort of half-roasted Davina and then tried to slip her one at the end. Weird. See you after the break for more roasting of Davina McCall.
Coming up.
Amazing! You look like me!
And Jack Whitehall.
I watched one of your exercise DVDs over and over again. My right arm was like a fucking piston.
Welcome back to Davina McCall, a comedy roast. If you haven't already guessed, a roast is the comedic equivalent of dialysis. Systematically and efficiently taking the piss. I have some messages to read out from some people that couldn't make it this evening. Claudia Winkleman is sorry that she can't be here tonight. She's outside cutting Davina's brake cables. I've got a message here from Ziggy, who finished 4th in Big Brother 8. He says, Davina, the dogs are walked. Where would you like the dry cleaning? We've had a message from Cheryl Cole. She says, Garnier's fucking pure shite. L'Oreal rules, man.
Fight.
Yeah. And now, Davina, a very special message from this man.
Dear Davina, I would have liked to be there tonight in person. Yes, I am a person. To say thanks for all those great times we had on Big Brother. I'd like to see that, but it would be a lie, wouldn't it? We never met, did we? You wouldn't be happy sharing the screen with anyone, would you? You get all the credit. Oh, Davina, the voice of Big Brother. Rubbish! I'm the voice of Big Brother. Enjoy your big night, Davina. Meanwhile, it's Dear 35 in the big unemployed house for me.
In her early 20s, when Davina worked as a nightclub hostess, which incidentally is my favourite ever euphemism, she had a terrible cocaine habit. She would spend hours talking nonsense, annoying everyone by gabbling on and on about pointless rubbish in an unbearably shouty voice. And then she would take cocaine. Davina traced her roots on Who Do You Think You Are? Apparently, Davina's descended from a stonemason and a policeman, and not, as most people thought, a foghorn and a crow. Our next roaster is Jack Whitehall. We had a couple of lines about Jack, but unfortunately, he snorted them. Everyone go wild and crazy for Jack Whitehall!
Thank you, Jimmy Carr. He looks thinner every time you see him on TV, doesn't he? And also amazing to be Chris Moyles. Chris Moyles, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, my favourite radio DJ that there is out there, Chris Moyles. What I love about Chris's show, right, is that he is always tirelessly promoting new and innovative bands. Let's just hope, for Chris's sake, that at some point, one of those bands is Gastric. A lot of people have talked about Davina's failures. I want to talk about some of her successes, and there are quite a lot. You know, Davina has produced one of the most successful exercise DVDs in the country. And I've seen them. They are good, and they work, all right? I watched one of your exercise DVDs over and over again, and I noticed changes in my body in under 2 weeks. My right arm was like a fucking piston. It is good, though. Davina's DVD is the perfect buy. It is. If you're an overweight, unattractive woman, why not buy it for Christmas? For your husband. And then you can raid the fridge whilst he cracks one out in front of the telly. I would like to quickly get something off my chest so that we don't get bogged down in it. And that is about the tiny little matter of the time that I got sacked by E4 from Big Brother's Big Mouth and Davina stole my fucking job. Can you imagine that? Being betrayed by a woman that I admired just so she could have a higher share of gold. Now, I'm not getting Davina out to be like Judas in this little analogy, because that would obviously be saying that I'm like Jesus. Though I will admit, when she did steal my job, I did feel a little bit like Jesus, like I didn't exist. When I first started doing Big Brother, a lot of people asked me, what's Davina like? She's obviously a big star, but she looks so down to earth. And to them I would say, don't judge a book by its cover. You should have seen her up on the set of Big Brother. The demands she was making, bossing people around, sacking people on set that they were younger than her. There were literally no employees left. You'd see McCall on a Friday, she'd have her entourage, stylist, hair, makeup, bodyguard, a guy to flush her shits, a guy to tell her shits didn't smell, following her through the corridors like a Pied Piper of twats. Meanwhile, my entourage up at Big Brother, do you know what I had? I had my little brother Barnaby in his special helmet. Davina would come out of her dressing room, there'd be our slicker one ready to tell her how brilliant she looked. Oh, that dress looks amazing, Davina. It takes 20 years off you. You look stunning. Then me, 3 doors down, I come out of my dressing room, and what have I got in front of me? Barnaby trying to eat his own foot. Does my shirt look nice, Barnaby? No, it looks a little bit gay. Shh. But what, ladies and gentlemen of the future, for Miss Davina McCall? Well, I think she's going to be fine. Because the one thing about Davina is that she is unique. Like Claudia Winkleman, Christine Bleakley, Fiona Bruce, Connie Hart, Tess Daly, Holly Willoughby, Angela McLean, Kirsty Young, Fiona Phillips, and Kate Thornton. Just like them, she is unique. And also, unlike some of them, Davina has grown on gracefully. Unlike Amanda Holden and Danny Minogue, she's refused to go down the path of getting about plastic surgery, which is nice because you can actually see emotion in her face. And that emotion is regret that she didn't have any work done. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if there is one thing that 10 series of Big Brother has shown us about Davina, that is, she has earned her place as the nation's favourite MILF.
Yay!
Being vulgar there, but that wasn't a vulgar thing. When I say MILF, I meant the nation's favourite mother in her late 40s.
Late 40s?
Who I'd like to fuck. Thank you very much, Davina.
Oh, it's lovely Jack there. You know that stage when you grow up and become a man and you can grow a decent beard? Jack doesn't. Now, for those of you that haven't heard of the £1 million drop, it's not just what happened to Davina's earnings when Big Brother got cancelled. It's also a game show that's surprisingly actually quite good. Let's have a little sneak preview of the first episode in the new series.
Hello, I'm Davina McCall, and this is the £1 million drop. Microbiology or chat shows. Ooh, microbiology. What is that?
You choose.
Small biology. Chat shows. Chat shows.
Yeah.
Chat. Right. Your answers are brilliantly entertaining, a real treat, the worst value for money in television history, which is an actual review of my chat show, Davina, that's me, by the Daily Mirror.
We think it's the worst value for money in television history.
You're lost. The answer is... That was £1 million drop, not live. Good night.
And she's here tonight, Davina McCall 2.0.
You at this moment
This
is incredible. It is really weird. Amazing. You look like me.
You do know what? I don't even want to do things that I want to do because I would be doing what you're doing. It's very postmodern. I want to go. But that is what you do with me, and I can't do you doing me because you do me better than I do me.
Well said.
Bye.
We're going to take a short break while Davina's husband asks for a three-way. See you then.
Coming up,
Once, shouty, patronising Davina was even more successful than me, Dermot O'Leary, star of The X Factor.
and Rich Hall.
I don't need to see Davina McCall telling me to watch my language. Fuck off.
Welcome back to the roast of Davina, a woman who always carries herself with the cool, calm composure of someone who's just had a lit cigarette drop down her bra. Let's have a little catch-up with our Big Brother friends. How are they? They all right?
Thank you, darling.
Why is one of them dressed as a pirate?
You have a big forehead.
Jimmy's got a big forehead. That's
You've got a
real.
big foreskin, that's what worries us.
Mario's dissing me there with the foreskin gags. Oh, God love him. Hope I never have a stroke. I presume that's what happened to Mario's face, I'm not sure. Next up, he's smart, funny, and his humour is layered with irony and pathos. No wonder they made him leave America. Please welcome Mr. Rich Hall.
Thank you so much. I've never watched Big Brother. I would rather have a beach umbrella shoved up my cock and opened before I will watch Big Brother. I would rather be put into a barrel of rusty barbed wire and roll down the Cheddar Gorge into a pit of mercury tailings than endure an episode of Big Brother. I would rather have to eat at the Aberdeen Steakhouse The reason I don't watch Big Brother is because I have crackhead neighbors and I have night vision goggles. And that's good enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to see Davina McCall's vulpine face popping up every 5 minutes, telling me to watch my language. Fuck off. I'm kidding. It's a lovely face. It is a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a friendly, chirpy, happy, shining face. That is a lovely face, and it's a definite respite from the stultifiedly talentless gaggle of fame whores, lamppost hookers, couch spuds, date rapers, and human rodentia that pass through the Big Brother house in some desperate effort to be famous. Let me tell you something. If you're in Big Brother, you're not famous. You're a creep. You're not in show business. You are marginally connected to show business slightly more than a guy who's just written 6 letters to Jodie Foster, all right? But Davina is the shining, happy, chirpy face. She's lovely. Lovely face. She's like the hospitality coordinator at an abattoir. But wait a minute, Rich. She just didn't present Big Brother. No, she made an exercise weight loss video. It's a good thing Dignity doesn't have any weight. If it did, there'd be nothing left of you except a pile of bones. Couple bags of silicone. Okay, anyway, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sure they're real. It is reality TV.
Weren't.
I know. I don't. Can I just have a look? I don't know what possesses people to want to be on Big Brother. I mean, you saw them. Is there a waiting room somewhere? I don't know, a last hope saloon where a bunch of pugnacious losers are sitting around drinking bar varnish? I would rather have my face super glued to the greasy buttocks of a 300-pound German weightlifter. You get the picture. It is.
I'll present it.
What's that? I know you will.
I'll present that.
Why aren't you in Chile right now? 33 men trapped underground, no communication. That must be making you moist. And that is how insidious reality TV is. Of course, they're heroes, but last week they were squabbling over who gets to be the last one to come out. Because obviously the last one out is the winner. You're being rescued. You're not being evicted, it's a fucking rescue. Get in the chamber, you prick. I would rather spend the night in Birmingham.
Easy, Rich.
All right, I've gone too far. It's a roast. Davina, I wish you the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rich Shaw there. He's one of the most distinctive voices in comedy, and by that I mean he has a really weird voice. You sound like an advert to stop people smoking. One of the points of this show is to embarrass Davina, but how do you embarrass the person who presented Love on a Saturday Night and Street Mate? You remind them they used to present Prickly Heat on Sky One with Julian Clary. Oh, there's hitting rock bottom. Dermot O'Leary couldn't be here tonight, but he took time out from his busy schedule, being Simon Cowell's bitch boy, to take us through Davina's early career. Here he is.
Hi, it's me, Dermot O'Leary, star of The X Factor. When I was just first starting out as a presenter, Davina took me under her wing, her massive bingo wing. It's hard to believe now, I know, but once shouty, patronising Davina was even more successful than me, Dermot O'Leary, star of The X Factor. So, what did I learn from Davina? This is Street Mate.
Guys, wait.
A simple but brilliant idea.
I was seeing you on TV.
Yeah. Davina. What's your name?
Jazz.
All right, Jazz.
Find a single man, find a single girl, pair them up.
Are you at school or at college? School.
What could possibly go wrong?
How old are you? 30. Oh my God!
Yeah, she was 13. Let's take a look at one of Davina's earliest shows, Prickly Heat.
Hello, Prickly Heaters.
Welcome to Prickly Heat, the show that makes Baywatch look interesting.
This next game is called Chip Botty. Bum grapes. Bad breath. Basically, the game goes like this. At the bar, they will find 2 pints which they have to down. They also have to put some socks down their... because I'm afraid size does actually matter. And they sit on the chair with the grapes in their pants, and they go like that.
After the first series of Prickly Heat, it became apparent Davina was irreplaceable, right up until the point she was replaced. Now, if there's one thing I associate with Davina, it's class.
I don't need any
You
sport.
do.
I've got my Wonder Bra on.
That blouse can't take the strain.
How do you feel?
Oh, fabulous. Best toes up I've ever had.
You did a poo.
On her leg,
On her leg. Sex appeal.
Davina, you've offered me so much advice through the years. I just want to say, thank God I've ignored the lot.
Davina's now happily married with 3 beautiful kids, and that isn't something I want to joke about, which is why I've invited this man. Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't toured in a couple of years because new European legislation means people from the travelling community don't get moved on as much. Please welcome Mr. Patrick Kilty.
Thank you very much for that lovely intro, Jimmy. And how nice it must be for Channel 4 to have Jimmy and Davina finally sharing the same stage. Yes, 2 stars that for almost 10 years have been responsible for the massive Friday night rating success of Jonathan Ross on BBC One. But tonight, Davina, it's all about you, and what a pleasure it must be to be honoured by such a star-studded lineup of A-listers. I say A-listers because when Davina was told who was coming this evening, she said, "Hey, who the fuck are those twats?" I'm not saying you should be disappointed, Davina, but come on. Chris Moyles and Jack Whitehall, Gary Glitter's funeral have a better turnout than this. Pick the ones you like, they'll just edit the laugh on. That's the fucking laugh they'll use. Fair play to Channel 4 that they still let women as old as Davina on TV. Who can forget Arlene Phillips, of course, who was in Davina's class at school, been told by the BBC this year to foxtrot Oscar. Only kidding, Davina, you look hot. But that's the menopause for you. Genuinely, Davina, I think you do look great. She scrubs up well and she looks good in a dress, but hey, then again, so does David Williams. She's a brilliant host and never fluffs her lines, but then neither does Jimmy, and we all think he's a dickhead. What we love most about Davina is that she always comes across as so down to earth and so normal. I say comes across because she's not. She's fucking mad. She just looks normal, let's be honest. If you spent 10 years working with a house full of care in the community mental fuckwits, you'd come across as normal too. Jimmy Carr looks really creepy, but stick him beside Peter Mandelson and John McCurrick, he looks okay. And that's the thing, Davina, you know, because people often say to me, they say, you know, you're friends with Davina, what's she like off screen? And I always have to tell them the truth, just like she is on screen. Really, really, really fucking rich. Yes, people think that Davina's just like one of us. Oh yes, she's just like one of us if we'd all won the Euro Millions, divorced Paul McCartney, and opened a car body shop across the road from George Michael's house. Davina is the only woman on TV with a mouth bigger than her arse. And I've been on a bicycle ride, I've been behind your arse. Been stuck behind Davina on a bike, it's a bit like watching two marrows trying to balance on a golf tee. It is true.
It is true.
She's got a massive gub.
I have.
When we think of Davina, of course, we think of Big Brother, but hey, who can forget her chat show called Davina? Oh, sadly, none of us can, and God knows we've tried, Davina. Yes, a show so bad that you couldn't even bear to put your own full name in the title. Come on, Davina, a chat show that got cancelled after one series.
That's bad.
It is. Alan Titchmarsh is on series 7 and he's a fucking gardener!
Yeah.
However, of course, it's for Big Brother that Davina is best known to the housemates. Davina was a fairy godmother. Let's have a look at them. Where are they? Hey, look, hey? Their own families don't even care for them, hey? Davina once said that if she hadn't been on telly, she would like to have been a midwife. But after 10 years of interviewing Big Brother housemates, you'd think she'd come face to face with enough vacuous twats to last her a lifetime. Davina, these people tonight love you. Davina McCall, you're gorgeous. Your gorgeous family love you. Britain loves you. And even though I never want to have sex with you, I love you too. Thank you very much.
Oh, lovely practice, Jockey. That's it. Practice. Come on. He's so pale. He looks like he's seen a ghost. Perhaps it was his career. See you after the break when Davina gets to say, I'm coming to get you.
Coming up, Ed Byrne.
You wish, late 20s, my fucking arse.
And Davina McCall.
Oh, I can be naughty, this is great.
Welcome back to Davina McCall, a comedy roast. Does anyone remember when Davina stripped off on TV?
Yeah.
You remember that? Davina standing up on Big Brother to reveal that under her trench coat she was wearing nothing more than a tiny bikini? What could be sexier? I don't know, your nana telling you she's got thrush? It's Ed Byrne, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jimmy Carr there. Jimmy Carr bringing his trademark, workmanlike lack of enthusiasm to tonight's proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, like many of the people on the stage tonight, I have had the pleasure of working with Davina. My connection, however, is that I got to star alongside her in the poorly received sitcom Sam's Game. Let's take a look at it, shall we?
Why would I say nude, Secretary?
Because you were obviously mentally undressing her at the time.
I was not.
You were doing that thing with your eyes that people do when they mentally undress someone. They look really intensely at them and go...
Sam's Game was a story of a single woman in her late 20s. Ha! You wish! Late 20s! My fucking arse! Sharing a flat with a wacky IT professional, living across the hall from some handsome bloke she fancies. How could it not be great? Yet with all that going for it, this is what Time Out had to say. Ed Byrne is really the only thing worth watching in this show. But even the comic agility and obvious chemistry he displays with Davina aren't enough to sustain interest in this laugh-free half hour. That was the closest I could come to a positive review of the show. Long after the show was dead, buried and forgotten, and Davina was able to go back to being Big Brother's Davina McCall, I appeared in Time Out's TV listings for some panel show I was appearing on as a guest and was referred to as Ed Crap Sitcomber. Yeah. Loads of people who were in that show went on to bigger and better things. Although, in fairness, after Sam's Game, you could get a job squeegeeing the sweat off Chris Moyles' back, and it would still count as going on to bigger and better things. And I know I seem pissed off about it, but I'm not really. I know I'm behaving as if I'm pissed off, but actually I'm not pissed off at all. I just seem like I am, because unlike you, I can act. But my point is, it was worth doing just to work with you for 4 months, because I love you. Have a great night. Cheers.
Ed Byrne there. In Dead Set, Davina played a zombie rampaging through the Big Brother house, feasting on human brains. Obviously, it was a fiction. Living in the Big Brother house, feasting on brains, you'd have starved to death. Since the start of Big Brother, there have been 187 housemates. But the good news is, they finally got the bottom of that barrel clean. Of course, the end of Big Brother was big news here on Channel 4. Here's how we dealt with it.
Good evening, I'm Krishnan Guru Murthy. The main news tonight, it's official. Channel 4 have confirmed that the long-running Big Brother show is not going to return to our screens next year, prompting a strong public reaction. The end of Big Brother, hosted by that shouty face, Davina McCall, has caused further chaos across Britain as streams of wannabe show-offs realised they'll have to get proper jobs. The shock news of Big Brother's demise affected the mood at this year's annual reunion of former contestants. Removing Davina from our screens, along with her catchphrase, "Please do not swear," would create an epidemic of cuss words spreading throughout British television.
Hello, welcome to T4 Sunday. We've got a fucking awesome show for you today.
Suck my hairy dick, Phil. That was a great day.
We've got 4 amazingly fucking shit-hot women.
So lovely Fern Cotton, what have you been up to this week?
None of your fucking business.
You love it, you shit-eating spunk sacks.
Who's fucking Hollyoak?
Yeah, you bastards.
That was the fucking news. Good night.
Krishnan Guru Murthy there, everyone's favourite Channel 4 news presenter if Jon Snow is away. Now, they've been rehearsing this for weeks and it promises to be absolutely spectacular, so please welcome the former Big Brother contestants!
Okay, they're in.
I think we took the wrong one.
Oh my God.
Good, I'm glad they're dead. Next up, he's the most successful Big Brother contestant of all time, which is a bit like saying you're the best-looking guy in the Burns unit. He's still alive, but not for long. Please welcome Brian Dowling.
Can I just say, I've had a really fucking hard time tonight.
Go, Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, go, Brian. Go.
Every Big Brother contestant brutally murdered. I don't know what to say, apart from, hooray! More work for me! Please, if there's any bullets left, please go after Nikki Graham, just to make sure. Let's do it right this time. Now, it really is so nice to see the Big Brother gang again. Sadly, I don't spend much time with them anymore because of career differences. I have one. I love Davina. We hang out together, we go drinking together. She really is a dear friend of mine, whom I can sum up in 2 words: a fag hag. I was so thrilled to be asked to come in and talk about Davina that when the phone rang, my first thought was, what's that noise? Yes, I made you laugh. Thank you. Davina announced that I was her favourite ever contestant on Big Brother. Could it be anything to do with the fact that I pulled in millions and millions of viewers on the 2nd series, which I won? Clap. Thank you. And millions more for the ultimate Big Brother, which I also won. Thank you. I am a ratings winner and she knows it. Davina, love, you should have had me on your chat show.
That's where it went wrong.
Could have been so different.
That's where it went wrong.
Totally. If there's one thing Davina's taught me, it's how to say bollocks to modesty. I love you. Thank you so much. Davina McCall.
Brian Dowling there making his final TV appearance. Brian Dowling won Big Brother twice, which makes him a double nobody. Davina McCall has been through a lot. Abandoned by her mother, addicted to drugs, friends with Chris Moyles. But she's overcome all these obstacles and fought her way right to the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, to finally have her own say, Davina McCall.
When I told my friends that I was thinking of doing a comedy roast, they pulled the same face at me that they pulled at me when I said I was going to have a home birth. And it was like this, it was like...
That is your normal face, Davina.
That is... But you know, I'm so glad I did it because I think that standing here having the piss mercilessly ripped out of you is nothing short of an honour. And I have enjoyed every minute of it. So thank you very much. Jack Whitehall, you want to have sex with me. And that is really, really, really sweet. And when you do have sex with a woman, just go for it! Patrick, you know I love you. I really, really, really wanted to come onto Fame Academy, you know, the Celebrity Fame Academy. But it wasn't there anymore. And I sort of didn't realise, you know, because I'd done 10 series of Big Brother, I just didn't realise that series don't always go on that long. Jimmy? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at that corporate for Machine Knitting Monthly? It's 10 o'clock, go! Chris, yes, I did get extremely drunk, and yes, I did shag Eric Clapton. But the bad news is I have stopped drinking, so I'm afraid you've got no chance. Brian, I was going to say something rude to you, but I just think everybody else has done that.
Yes, they have.
And you were a total star on Big Brother.
Thank
you really
you very
were.
much.
And well done. And thank you. Ed, as far as me being a bad actor, when I see you, I give you that great big hug because I love you. Or do I? Who's the bad actor now?
It's still you.
And you, Rich, I was going to try and persuade you that Big Brother was one of the best TV programmes of all time, but then I actually thought...
Wait a minute.
Seriously, yes. Oh, God.
How come I'm not getting slagged off?
Well, you didn't really slag me off, so I thought I'd let you off.
Oh.
And she doesn't know who the fuck you are.
Well, there was that.
I think that's why the viewing public like her so much, because she's really kind of tapped into their feelings.
Jimmy.
What have I done?
Just thank you. Thanks
Oh.
very much, and thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Davina McCall. Well, that's our show. Let's hear it one more time for Davina McCall.